It's time for this week's episode of Brandon Sports Talk, featuring in-depth interviews from those who are trending in the world of athletics. And now, here's the host of Brandon Sports Talk, Brandon Pate.
I'm ready.
Welcome back to Brandon Sports Talk. In today's episode, I have the privilege to interview the Athletes Unlimited professional women's basketball player, Dominque Wilson. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you? Looking forward to this podcast, honestly.
Thank you. Can you talk about how you knew that you wanted to start playing professional basketball?
I didn't honestly know until I got in middle school. I grew up and I played a lot of sports. I got into a lot of things. So I actually did one of the sports was football. I played soccer, softball. Even did karate, even did ballet. So I was in a lot of things. And then in middle school, soccer and basketball started to overlap. So I had to pick one, and I chose basketball, but I also played the clarinet. And so I still stuck with more things. And then when I got into high school, I was more basketball focused. So I say around that time.
What was it like going to Arkansas?
Arkansas was like going to or visiting another world. Georgia and living in the outside of the Atlanta area, it was more fast paced. I feel like Arkansas was really really slow, but any place has their pros and cons. So I know there was in Fayetteville. It's like a little college town. They had a few places for us to go, but they had a lot of money there, so we have as an athlete, well, as athletes, we got a lot of nice things like shoes, clothing pieces, just because of Bud Walton. So it was a lot of money put into the school. So it was cool. It was nice. I would say it was a lot more slow paced though than Georgia.
What was it like, obviously, transferring from Arkansas, which was in the SEC, to go into the ACC to NC State?
Um, well, playing in the SEC, I would say they focus on, making you a little bit bigger, muscle wise, and ACC. People were still strong, but it seemed like they were more into being more fast paced guards, more fast paced posts. Um, but I feel like SEC and ACC both were great conferences, and just playing at high level for SEC and ACC was fun to enjoy. Again, I just think ACC was more fast paced, and SEC was more like big guards, big post players, um, so to say. But it was still both are still high level.
How was it like, obviously, learning under Coach Wes Miller?
Wes Moore, Wes Moore. Um, me and Wes Moore. I was actually his first player because when I came in, it was his first year as a coach. So I was his first player that he recruited, um, and we started off great. We had a couple of rocky moments, but it was just we both wanted to win. Sometimes we saw situations differently, but we handled it professionally. But I think Westmore is a great coach. I think he knows basketball really well. Some of the plays and some of the defensive strategies that he had really blew me away because they worked. It was very smart, and I think we were successful not only because we had great players, but because we had a coach like Westmore. So I enjoyed it. We still talk to this day, and we're still cool.
What was it like getting to put on that NC State red jersey after obviously trading in your red for your red?
Putting on the red jersey from going red to red, uh, I mean, I didn't really look too much into it. Of course, it was exciting to put on the red jersey and play at NC State, especially after sitting out a whole year because I transferred. So, just putting on another red jersey was exciting. It brought that familiarity from playing at Arkansas, now at NC State. So I guess I would just say it just brought enjoyment.
Of course, coming off of that year that obviously you had to sit out due to transfer, what was that like obviously getting started back in your playing career?
Um, I remember it being a struggle, just because sitting out for a whole year, all you can do is train, play pickup, um, help the girls on your team and practice, especially when we're scouting other teams, and I'm on the other team acting like the players are about to play against, but not actually getting that feel of preparing for game day, going into a game, actually playing in a game setting. So sitting out a whole year after that and then coming back and doing that, I had to figure out, mindset wise, like what I needed to do, um, coming into the game, before the game, just getting my feel of the game and my pace back. At the beginning, it was a little bit of a struggle, but I would say that I picked up on it quickly. After a few games, I was back.
Of course, what was it like playing in the SEC, playing against Georgia and Florida and Alabama?
Um, they're big football schools. I'll say that. So just going into that, you always hear, or going to those schools, you always hear how big their football programs are, but not a lot of people put emphasis on how well their basketball teams are, especially their women's basketball teams. I feel like Georgia, Alabama, and what was the other one?
Florida.
Florida, they had great basketball program. I actually wanted to, when I was growing up, actually wanted to play at Georgia or Florida. One, because Florida, I thought their campus was beautiful, and it's in Florida, it's always sunny. And then Georgia, that's home. It's only like an hour away from where I stayed, and they also had a great basketball program. I know growing up they were always really, really good. So just playing against them and being able to play close to home. My family were able to go out. Some friends were able to come watch me play. So I enjoyed playing there.
What was it like getting to play obviously against Carolina and Duke in the ACC in Reynolds Coliseum?
Um, I know it's a rivalry, but I feel like the rivalry there is just fan base. I feel like the fans get into it way more than the players. But just going and playing there, you definitely get the feel, or the energy from the fans that it's a serious game, and it was intense. I know Duke has a smaller arena, so you can feel the fans. It feels like the fans are on top of you, but and then they played us at home as well. But playing against them, it was always serious. It's like even if you had a bad season as a team, you know that going in you have to win against North Carolina, Duke. You just have to. If you lose all your games, make sure you win those two games. So it was very serious.
What was the feeling like of obviously getting to play in Reynolds Coliseum?
It was awesome because Reynolds was was a historic Coliseum. Um, I know with like Kay Young, what she's done for NC State women's basketball, and then being able to play in that Coliseum where she coached, um, it was an unbelievable feeling. And I know they renovated the Coliseum. So going into my senior year, I got to play in that new arena, and I have to say I like it because it's like a Duke feeling. Like the fans are on top of you, so it brings that intimidation factor when you're going against your opponents. But I love Reynolds. I feel like Reynolds is one of the best coliseums in women's hoops, and is dedicated to women's athletes. And a lot of people don't know that. So I know the women's volleyball team and us, we play there, and gymnastics. So it's just based for women.
Of course, looking back at your NC State career, how does it feel to obviously know that you're the second most scoring accuracy on free throws at NC State?
Um, it feels like I should have been number one. If you're not first, you're last, right? But no, that's awesome. When I read that question, I didn't know that I was the second most free throws make shooter or whatever. But no, it's a good feeling, and just makes me wonder like how many free throws did I miss that I couldn't be number one. But it's cool. It's always a great or it's always great to leave something behind. So I'm proud of it.
What was the transition like from going from college to playing international and going overseas to play?
Different. I mean, you are thousands of miles away from home. Your family can't come see you. Your friends can't come see you. You're in a new culture. You don't know what to expect. They speak a different language, so you're trying to get around that language barrier. But I always tell people you have to try to make the most out of everything. So I just try to find things that made me happy while I was there, because some places let you come home like twice, or some places you don't come home. So if you're there for 6 to 8 months, you have to find a happy place. So the first year of just going overseas, I just focused it more on basketball, and I feel like since I played well, that it went by smoothly. But just learning how to get over that language barrier was a challenge, and just getting used to knowing that this is a business. Like you're not going to be with these girls for 4 years like you were with college in college. Like you're going to be playing with these girls for 6 to 8 months, and then you might not come back. So you have to do that whole process all over again. So just getting my mind around the fact that this is a business, I would say was something I had to learn.
What was it like, obviously, getting to travel the world and go to po Poland, Israel, and obviously Africa and Sweden?
It was fun. I like traveling. I like visiting new places. I like meeting new people, and just to say that I got to go to these places, just on someone else's dime, because they paid for those tickets, those plane tickets for me to come play, was fun. Not a lot of people in my family can say they went to Africa or seen Africa or Poland or these places. So just being able at a young age to say that I visit these places is an accomplishment.
Of course, what was that like for you to play professionally over there, but also get to travel the world and see different cultures while playing?
An accomplishment. Like I said, I like to travel, and while playing basketball and seeing other places, I don't take that for granted, because it's not like I'm paying out of my own pockets to go see these places. Like someone else is paying for me to come play, and win on their team. But also, I have the opportunity out of those 6 to 8 months to travel through that country and get to learn their culture and how they live there. So it was very eye opening and enriching. So I liked it.
How was it like getting to put on that first professional basketball jersey?
Um, Honestly, it didn't hit me until I started playing. So when I got there, practicing, cool. It still felt like just playing basketball, but until I played in my first professional game, I was like, wow, I'm a professional. I'm not a collegiate athlete anymore. I'm actually getting paid to play the sport that I love, even though it changed now. I know the collegiate players can get paid off of their names now, but when I was playing, you couldn't. So yeah, it was just it was shocking and awesome to know that someone is paying me to just play a sport.
Of course, how has your international playing helped you into where you are now with Athletes Unlimited?
Just networking, getting to meet a lot of people that play maybe in the WNBA, or started Athletes Unlimited. Um, I feel like playing internationally, playing against those players, and getting my name out there and making my name known, that was the reason why someone introduced me to Athletes Unlimited, and that my agent found out about Athletes Unlimited. So just being able to play at those high levels internationally, getting my name out there, and just networking has led me to Athletes Unlimited.
Of course, with this being the first year, what was it like obviously being a part of that inaugural season of being the first inaugural basketball team?
I mean, we are, the first players, first 44. No one can take that away from you. So, uh, just having that accolade underneath their belt, being able to say, like, I played in the first season of AAU when they, first opened. No one can take that away from me. So, I'm honored to be here, and I'm honored to be able to say that.
What was it like for you, obviously, to play with Athletes Unlimited and get to wear so many jerseys versus obviously your time of international, you only was with one team?
It's different. So, like as you know, it's a draft every Sunday. You're gonna be with different players every week. So just getting to know those players, getting to know where their sweet spot is, how they like to play, but also learning new plays every week. It can be different. You definitely have to stay focused. Um, just because of that, if you want to win, and putting on those different jerseys, I think it's fun. The jerseys are really nice, the colors are cute. So being able to just put on different jerseys, I think is new and it's fun. But that's the point of Athletes Unlimited. They don't want to be like any other professional league. They want to stand out, and I think they're doing a great job with that.
What was that feeling like of getting to put on your first Athletes Unlimited jersey?
The feeling was excitement. Um, just getting ready to play. Like, okay, I'm here. It's about to start. So prepare yourself, Dominique, and let's go. So it was exciting.
What are some of the typical game days like for you with Athletes Unlimited?
Shoot around. So game days is usually shoot around, preparing with your team before the game. Athletes Unlimited provides us with lunch. So before lunch, making sure to eat a light breakfast, and then lunch. I try to get 20 minutes of sun in before the games. Take a nap, do some recovery, whatever I need, and then it's showtime and it's ready to play.
How has it been like obviously getting to play with those WNBA players that are in the WNBA and learning from them on what they do to get to the WNBA?
Just being able to be around players, like you said, that played in WNBA, but also the facilitators that played in WNBA in the past and now has moved into maybe a coaching position or a training position. I feel that just being in this environment gives me the opportunity to pick their minds, like you said, just to learn different ways on how they approach the game. Um, Not just like on the court, but outside of the court, their mindset, but also just tweaking up a little bit, little things here and there on my game to help me be more proficient. I think just having an opportunity, not a lot of people can say that they have been around this environment. So, I'm definitely grateful and just taking the opportunity to make the most out of it.
Of course, do you have any game day routines and rituals that you do each game?
Maybe a nap. I'm not big on rituals, just because I just feel that every day is different, and you're basing the way you're playing on a specific ritual that you do. I just think that's not for me. So maybe if I had to pick a ritual or say that I have one, I'll say probably a nap.
What are some big similarities and differences between playing internationally and with Athletes Unlimited besides obviously switching teams each week?
The differences, I would say the difference is that you have more American players on your team. Like this is an American league. Who knows that they might start adding international players next year? I don't know. I'm not sure. But here in Athletes Unlimited, it's Americans, and then overseas, it's like you might have one to two more Americans on your team than everybody else is the people that live in the country. So that's the big difference. So I think here again is more fast paced. You're playing against the people that would be the stars on the international team. So now you take those people that would be the stars on the international team and you put them on one team. So it's very competitive. You have to be quick on your feet. You have to think quickly. So it's a different level when it comes to pace and skill wise too.
What are some things that you look forward to as you obviously start this journey with Athletes Unlimited?
Um, just to get better. That's why I came here to get better, um, to learn the game at a different level, and to network.
What are some of your future professional basketball plans?
My future professional basketball plans, we'll have to see. I've been playing this for a couple of years now, so it's really the almost the same thing, like play in different leagues here and there. So I really can't answer that question right now. So we'll see.
What
What's your
advice
plan?
would what advice would you give future college basketball players looking to play college basketball?
What advice? To stay ready, to not go in with a big head because you don't know that like you may be good, but you don't know the first year this what the situation will be where you might be in a position where you might not get a lot of minutes. So just prepare your mind around that and just find ways where you can be helpful for your team on and off the court. So if you're not getting a lot of minutes, then how can you still be a big part of the team? There's other ways. So just try to find that. Um, be close, well, get close with your coach. Build that relationship with your teammates and your coaches. And, you know, just realize that you're on a college campus. So try to network outside of athletes. You never know where basketball would take you once you graduate or if you want to continue to play basketball if you don't know. And so networking outside of people that are athletes can, help you be in positions of landing a job that you want, or if you are still confused, don't know what you want in the world, just being able to have those relationships where you can pick their mind and kind of get a sense of, okay, maybe this is direction that I want with my life. Um, with you networking and building those relationships, it will make it a little bit easier for you in the adult world. So that's the tips I would give.
What advice would you give those future professional basketball players that are looking to play either internationally with the WNBA or now with Athletes Unlimited?
Um, to work hard, um, and to keep your confidence. I feel like at the professional level, everyone is good, but the people that stand out the most are the ones that are gym rats. For one, they work hard, but they also have that confidence about their game and in themselves. Um, Even if they have an off night, you can still feel that energy of that they're confident that shooters shoot. If they miss 10 shots, then their next five is going to go in. So just to remain confident and to build that habit of being the gym rat.
That's great advice. Where can my listeners find you at on social media?
Yeah, so your listeners can find me on Instagram at Neek underscore W12. So that's NIQUE underscore W12 on or Twitter at Neek W underscore 12.
Thank you again, Dominique Wilson, for your interview, and best of luck in your future with Athletes Unlimited and your professional basketball career.
Awesome. Thank you.
You can find Brandon Sports Talk on Facebook at Brandon Sports Talk, Instagram at Brandon Sports Talk, Twitter at Talk underscore Brandon, and you can find me on YouTube at Brandon Sports Talk. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again, Dominique Wilson, for your interview, and best of luck in your future.
Awesome.
You've been watching Brandon Sports Talk. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to Brandon Sports Talk on social media and on YouTube.